The controversy over the Waspi women, the Women Against State Pension Inequality debate, has raised questions about Sir Keir Starmer's leadership and his ability to maintain party unity against mounting backbench rebellions. And as Labour faces criticism for rejecting compensation for the 1950s-born women affected by state pension age changes, Starmer's position appears increasingly precarious. Yet, while his leadership faces challenges, immediate replacement seems unlikely. It's worth exploring the impact of this crisis on Starmer's political future. Labour's refusal to compensate Waspi women has ignited fury among MPs, including people like Diane Abbott, with some describing this decision as the last straw. And the rebellion comes on the heels of discontent over other unpopular policies such as the two-child benefit cap, the winter fuel allowance cuts. These decisions have alienated core Labour supporters, including pensioners and low-income families, undermining the party's traditional base. What is striking is the vocal dissent from Labour's 2024 intake, new MPs finding their feet and feeling emboldened to challenge the leadership. These newbies have openly criticised decisions they see as morally indefensible, reflecting growing frustration among backbenchers who fear electoral backlash from disillusioned constituents. Starmer's government acknowledges maladministration in how the state pension age changes were communicated, but has dismissed financial redress as something that is impossible, out of reach, is too expensive. Work and Pension Secretary Liz Kendall's argument that compensation would not be fair or proportionate and would be a bad use of taxpayer money has failed to appease critics. Labour MPs now face difficult conversations with voters, leaving them exposed to attacks from opposition parties such as the Lib Dems and the SNP, who plan to force a Commons vote on the issue. Critics argue that Starmer's approach lacks empathy and strategic foresight, and promises made during the campaign trail, such as addressing Waspi grievances, have been abandoned, exposing Labour to accusations of betrayal and poor messaging. Even loyal commentators note the party's failure to communicate its policies effectively, further eroding trust. Labour's approach reflects an attempt to balance fiscal responsibility with political priorities. However, Starmer's refusal to acknowledge policy missteps has reinforced perceptions of arrogance. His minus 33 YouGov approval rating, allegedly the lowest for a sitting Prime Minister, underscores a growing disconnect between Labour leadership and public sentiment. Despite the dissatisfaction, however, Starmer's position remains secure for now. Labour's large majority makes losing a Commons vote unlikely, even with significant backbench rebellions. Moreover, potential successors such as Rachel Reeves or Wes Streeting lack widespread support, making a leadership challenge improbable in the immediate term. While Starmer's leadership survives for now, his standing will be tested in upcoming by-elections and local elections, and these contests will reveal where the voter discontent translates into tangible losses. A poor showing could embolden critics within the party, shifting the calculus on whether Starmer remains an asset or a liability. Labour's leadership faces a stark choice: stay the course or pivot. A mea culpa on unpopular policies, including a U-turn on Waspi compensation, could demonstrate humility and responsiveness, rebuilding trust. However, such reversals risk appearing weak, especially under relentless scrutiny from political opponents and from the media. Ultimately, Starmer's future depends on his ability to align Labour's policies with voter expectations while reasserting control over his party, and the Waspi debate may not be the end of Starmer's premiership, but it is undoubtedly a defining moment, one that will shape perceptions of his leadership and Labour's ability to govern effectively. For now, Starmer remains safe, but the cracks in his authority are impossible to ignore.